Come on, everybody get set, let's go. It's the next episode. It's the Premium Pete Show. News, interviews, all of the info. Listen up, it's the Premium Pete Show. If you want the scoop in the low, down low, listen to the show cause Milk said so. Fuck what you heard, better act like you know. Miss Lissa knows. It's the Premium Pete Show.
First the fat boys break up. Now every day I wake up, somebody got a problem with hoes.
Cheer.
Fuck y'all niggas all fed up cause I got a little cheddar and my record's moving out the stove. Pew. Young fuck spitting at me. Young rappers getting at me. My nigga Big predicted the shit exactly.
Yep.
More money, more problems. Gotta move carefully. Cause faggots hate when you getting money like athletes. Young as ice grilling me. Oh, you're not feeling me? Fine. It costs you nothing. Pay me no mind.
Zilch.
Look, I'm on my grind, cousin. Ain't got time for frontin'. Sensitive thugs, y'all all need hugs. Damn little man, I'm just trying to do me. If the record's 2 mil, I'm just trying to move 3. Get a couple chicks, get them to try to do E. Hopefully they menage before I reach my garage. I don't want much. Fuck, I drove every car. Some nice cooked food. Some nice clean drawers. Bird ass bitches. I don't mean to ruffle y'all. Know y'all waiting in the wing, but I'm doing my thing. Where's the love?
Woo.
Ain't no love in the heart of the city.
Ain't no love.
Get it, Pete. Hey,
in the heart of the city.
take him.
In this
Take him to
part of
church.
town.
Get it, Dallas. Take him to church. Where the claps at. Hey.
Listen, internets, welcome back to another episode of the
good.
Premium P Show with Miss Listen Knows.
L-N-N-N, Dallas Penn again.
Listen,
I'm just here hanging out, y'all.
No, we love you.
my brother's in the
Thank you,
building.
Miss
Before we bring in another friend,
Yes.
right? I do want to say shout out to everybody that tuned into the Tax Stone and Dallas Penn episode. A lot of gems were dropped on there, but more importantly, it just to me was so pure. You know, it was just uncut barbershop talk, and I like that we've been able to bring people's life stories to the archives,
right?
But then also be able to just barbershop talk, to convo talk, to topic talk, and just debate stuff, and it's really been dope. And going back to your intro and spitting. You were really spitting some hard shit. Yo, DP, she sounded like she was hustling on the block.
That's how I feel
all
though.
night, right?
Yo, I'm telling you right now, Miss Lissa is a star.
Ow.
All right. I mean, when I come in here, she's always hype. She's ready to go. You know what I mean? She's going far.
I love
Now,
you
is she going to be a porn star or a regular star?
Come on now.
Okay.
I don't have a sex tape because I don't like them type of things, but I feel like, that might be the ticket. Like one of my cousins did hit me up and say, if you really want to make this happen quickly, you just got to pull a tit out like a Kardashian. Like maybe that's the ticket. Maybe that's what's holding me back. Why my star is not shining because I'm not a thought.
I think you should do a sex tape with Little B.
I'm trying to do a sex tape with Nikki Morgan.
Listen.
Nikki bringing out the freak in the room because behind the scenes, Pete was definitely doing like contortion. Like he was.
I
think Pete could lick his own nuts, like if he wanted to.
Oh, damn.
If I could,
If he wanted to, I think he
leave the
could.
fucking house. But
Right,
anyway,
right. We had never even met Pete if he could do that.
barbershop talk, debatable, topical talk is back in the fucking building. And when I was coming across Instagram, as we end the year off, I said, I want to talk more about topics. Mm-hmm. And one of the topics we didn't really talk about again, or I didn't get able to get in the last time she was here, Mrs. Nikki Morgan, was, just more like relationships and sex and women and men and all the craziness, of that. But more importantly, when I seen that she had this retreat, I was like, yo, I need to find out what the fuck this is. Is she a sex entrepreneur? Mm-hmm. Is she a new age sex entrepreneur? Because before we would call that a pimp. Now I'm calling it.
She's a madam.
Now I'm calling it. She's like a marketer for sex.
I think she's a marketer for freedom. But let's let Nikki tell it.
Nikki, welcome back to the Premium P Show.
Well, thank you. I'm happy to be here. I'm sorry you guys are not naked because that's what I was looking forward to.
Yeah, I remember you saying that if you came back that you want us to do it naked. Now, we're
You
going to save that for the new
You
year.
would be so disappointed.
We're going to save that
Sitting
for
next to me.
No.
No, and plus,
But I have my mother's face though. So I mean that's
Man, I couldn't picture being in a room with all of us like that. But anyway, Nikki, I want you to explain. Nikki Morgan is a sex therapist, but more so, she if you ever
she's
listen,
a sexpert.
no, she's a sexpert. Yeah, but But more importantly, she recently just did. I want you to let the internet know right off the bat. You just did a retreat, which is called like what is it like?
Orgasmic Day Away.
Okay, so and explain to the internet like how you came up with this and how it was. It just went through the weekend. So how was it?
Sure. Oh well, starting backwards, it went amazing. We had overall approximately 100 people came through. We had a nice mansion. And how I came up with it was, I felt like people they have a lot of things that they want to explore. I started to find that my clients that would come to see me, just questions that people would email me, were some basic questions that were just kept revolving. And I felt like, you know what? Sexuality is an experiential thing. As much as you can read about it, as much as someone can tell you, it limits, what it is.
You have to play with it.
Absolutely.
And no pause needed.
No pause.
No pausing today. We have a
Hopefully no pause in
sexologist in the
show.
building.
Yes.
Hopefully no pause in the show.
Yeah.
No
Even when
pausing.
we discuss pegging.
Well, here,
I can't wait to discuss pegging.
here's
Ooh,
Miss
internet.
Morgan.
Miss Morgan, I got to tell you something. I'm a man, so nothing goes in my behind less loving than a tongue
Oh, we're going to talk about this.
and larger than a pinky.
We're gonna talk about
Because I'm a man.
Listen, let's let Nikki Morgan tell us about this Orgasmic Day Away.
Yes.
Now, the first set of activities is a blowjob workshop.
Yeah.
Explain to me. I mean, I've been dying to know what this is because if you need a guinea pig or somebody that needs to just be there so these girls could try it out, I'm free for hire. You don't even have to
We
pay
have
me.
demonstrators.
Really?
We have demonstrators.
Well, I'm not going to do it, but I'll get it done.
Volunteers to help us to demonstrate, to have the guests that are looking to kind of hone their skill sets. We have demonstrators for that.
I want to be a demonstrator.
And the demonstrators are clearly like tested and good, and you just could like go
Yes.
off. All like
I mean, well, yes, everyone is tested, but we protect. Okay.
Oh, so you got to do a blowjob with a condom?
Well, it depends. I mean, if they're partners, because some people come with partners.
Okay.
Okay. And then I also demonstrate on my partner. So I'm and then
You
we
mean
go
your
through
partner?
My partner.
where did you meet your
Yeah.
partner that he's so open and ready? Like you met him at one of these?
He was one of my manifestations that I put out last year, and I walked into him at a play party, and we hit it off immediately. I mean, we forgot everyone was there the first time,
Wow.
and
Savages.
That was it. After that, we've been
Hit it
together
off.
ever since. Yeah.
Literally. So tell us how this. Before we even go into, we already went to the blowjob workshop, but continue to tell us about how this works. So it starts off the day. Give us the idea.
Right. So how it works is, or the idea that I had behind it was, everyone is kind of nervous to be nude. Everyone is nervous to, kind of explore themselves in certain ways. So I wanted to make it as comfortable as possible. And everyone's excuse on learning about their sexuality is I'm too busy or I got something else to do. So instead of traveling out to Jamaica and hedonism, I'm going to keep it right in the city for you. And I'm going to give you one day of everything that you need in one day. So the first half of the day are workshops, and you can choose the workshops or you can attend all of them. And then after we finish the workshops, usually around 9 p.m., that's when we take a break. After, of course, we feed everyone. We have a chef.
Wow.
We have nude yoga. It's really nice.
Bikram?
But I mean, we make it hot ourselves, but and then in the evening, make it hot. So, and then in the evening is a practice and play, and so in that transition, it opens up to everyone. So the practice and play party is obviously a little bigger than the workshop.
So that's like is that in layman terms, is that like an orgy?
No, an orgy is, there were orgies within that party. So maybe one of the bedrooms that you might have gone to had an orgy in it. But there were also people that were getting massages. There were also people that were getting
Shooting
tied up,
dice,
getting spanked.
rolling up.
Shit. Where was
I
all
think
these
there might have
loads
been
going?
some rolling. I'm sorry?
Where were all the loads being caught?
In condoms.
Oh, okay.
In condoms, yeah.
Or bed
or
sheets.
swallowed.
Did
I
anyone
guess,
have a Cabbage Patch doll pulled out of their behind? Because I want to go to see that.
Xavier McDaniel.
No, but there were tail butt plugs.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what? So those are pretty.
What does that mean? Break that down for the people who may not know. What the fuck is a tail's butt plug?
So butt plugs that have furry tails.
Oh.
Pin the tail on the fucking butt.
Is this just heterosexual, or are there like homosexual rooms, or just like one wild fun?
It's all inclusive.
Okay.
All inclusive. So
non-denominational.
all relational configurations, all genders, everything.
Whatever.
Yes,
All,
absolutely.
All races,
all races. Yeah, we had a nice diverse group, and that's hard to find. When I first started getting into parties, I mean, I was just going to parties where I was the only black girl, and it was completely whitewashed, and I felt,
and you were fetishized.
Oh my goodness, they swarmed you, so you couldn't even really like enjoy yourself because you were like the only black girl. So everybody was like, "Oh my God, I got a black nipple."
Trying to rape her.
Yeah.
You're like, damn, everybody.
No, they don't even say black. It's ebony.
Get off my titties.
Right, but
Ebony.
Everybody grabbing you by the pussy. Like, get off of me, Donald.
Right, and I did think that it was also very important to me to be able to have a representation of sexuality and sexual play for diverse minorities. You know, like because that's hard to find. I mean, we don't see it on TV, and you know, you feel shame, and you don't know that the next person's feeling this way because we don't want to talk about it.
That's so true.
Right.
So
and,
people,
and it doesn't get presented either as being intimate.
No.
It's always, it's always presented as something that's kind of like,
dirty,
hard body, like,
well, that's the
headlock.
Thing. See, I would be a little
Foot on
nervous. Honestly, I would be a little nervous to go to that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a very outlandish dude, but there's some things that I'm weird about, right?
Okay.
But to be honest with you, I love that there's a space where things like that. You could feel comfortable.
Yeah.
That you could like really let down your hair, so to speak.
Like a purge.
Yeah.
Like where you could just like let it all out one time that month. Like, let them juices
I
flow.
always let it out. That's
no,
not
but
the
it's
problem.
a different kind of let out. It's one thing to let it out. Like you could just turn the faucet on, but then you could turn it up. Let that power go. Let that force be with you.
So let me give you a story. I went to hedonism.
Okay.
And I was with my girl at the time that I was dating from Staten Island.
Yeah.
And I'm at the bar, and some guy and girl come over to me and say, "Hey, what is your name?" And me being a Brooklyn, I was like, "What does my name matter to?" I was like, "So, like, what do you want to know my name for?"
Right.
And the guy, as I was being sarcastic to him, turned around and said, "Well, I want you to fuck my wife." I said, "Holy shit!"
For how much money? Ooh,
No money. She just wanted me to fuck her. It was hedonism, And I was like, where? Like, I looked at her, again, I always tell people, like, I'm a heartfelt, zero filter burnout. I'm a type of dude, like, I get into a 5-stab people before and fucking felt bad that I stabbed. I was like, oh shit, I'm sorry, but you were coming at me, so as I'm trying to even think of doing this, I felt weird, like, how am I supposed to approach this person? Like, I'm gonna fuck the shit out of your wife. Or as I'm sitting there, he's watching me, kind of like, yo, what the fuck you looking at my ass for?
So you didn't do it?
No, I did it.
Did you really?
I had to do it. Yeah, I did it because I was young, and I was free, and the girl I was with at the time was cool with it. So I was like, yo, but I just couldn't get over. And then the funny thing about it is, as I'm fucking
but see, the problem is though, you're there in this space, but there's no kind of shepherd. Like I imagine, Nikki, you're like a shepherd,
like a mediator.
Absolutely.
Not so much a mediator, but somebody to kind of say, hey, listen, you know what? Welcome everybody, and kind of invite people. Hedonism, you just get dropped off, and everyone supposedly knows. Okay, here's how it goes down.
Something's supposed to go on,
but without any kind of communication and conversation, because I mean, sex begins with communication.
Absolutely, absolutely.
He's deep.
He's right.
Pen.
I mean,
your voice alone is sexy to me, Mrs. Morgan. I already told you.
Nikki,
that.
have you ever done that, or are you comfortable like doing that too? Like, when you're like
partner?
Yes. Is it okay for him to do that? Have you ever like joined in on a couple or?
So okay,
did they fuck the white folks? Did your guy fuck the white folks this weekend? Did he fuck Julia?
Okay. All right. So let's just rewind. One, what I think you were experiencing was cuckolding. Okay?
You said cockholding?
Cuckolding.
Cuckolding. Right.
Cuckold.
Yes.
I'm like, because he don't have a
Okay,
cock.
Dallas.
Cockholding.
Okay.
I gotta do it. I gotta
Right.
A little peenie.
And so this gentleman asked you to have sex with his wife.
He asked me to fuck his wife.
Right,
I mean, what could UPS do? What could Brown do?
So
for
you don't have to feel bad because he's getting off on that. He's getting turned on by that.
He did.
Right. Yeah. So now my situation, I'm polyamorous, and my partner is my primary partner, and he does not choose my partners. However, the partners that we do choose have to respect our relationship. So who he has sex with is who he has sex with, who I have sex with, and sometimes we do it together, and that's fine.
God, do you have a sister?
So you could have sex without him. He could go have sex with another woman, and he doesn't have to consult with you or tell you after. Like, how does this work? Is it a contract?
No, not like 50 Shades of Grey. Although there are contracts, but I don't believe in those contracts. Emotions are fluid, so that's I don't believe in that. But no, it's I don't have to approve it. That's not what it is. But we have an understanding, and we know what we The only thing that I have against, if there's any partners that I have a problem with, it's partners that do not respect him and that do not respect us and that do not respect me.
And that's important. You know, back to this blowjob class.
Yes, one of
How
the workshops.
How do you break the ice?
So we actually start out with nude yoga. We start with nude yoga. So
people farting and they naked and stuff. Like,
I mean, if people fart, they fart with clothes
you got
on.
Febreze in there?
It's so sweaty.
It was a really big mansion, so the air.
Sure.
Okay.
But and then we have snacks. We talk. We talk about all those things, and then to start out with the workshop, the blowjob workshop, we have conversation. We talk about our expectations in blowjob. We talk about what we like about it, what we don't like about it. Our experiences with it, and then we move into techniques, position, energy exchange. Communication.
When does someone start sucking dick? Because the point, I don't mean to be so blunt. But hear me out.
Last time you gotta make
no.
I know. You don't know, girl. He was in jail. It's all about where's the magazine, where's the lotion.
Can I get
How
wet?
long do I have before dinner time? I have to get this done.
That's what I'm saying.
No, hold on.
It's not a destination, baby. Let it surprise
I know.
You sure? Because it's called coming. He's trying to get there.
You only get 10 minutes on the phone.
Yeah.
All right. So
Exactly.
he got to catch the express.
He ain't got no time. Exactly.
Nikki, the only reason I'm saying that for is because I feel like that's when it would get really real, where things would change up. Keep in mind, if I went with my lady or Dallas went with his lady, we're sitting there and we're kind of trying to get comfortable and waiting for the fireworks to happen, and then, so confused, and maybe some people could be a little bit weary, and then once they get in, they're like, okay, this is comfortable because it's how it's kicked off. It's how it started off.
They've already, by the time we get to the blowjob workshop, they're already comfortable. And I don't start out with blowjobs. I actually I
make
yoga?
Sure.
I start out with the yoga, but then even how I transition the workshops, so we started out with the hand jobs before we got to the blowjobs.
Really?
Oh yeah, the hand job
The
workshop.
strokata. Yeah.
I'm coming to the next one.
Yeah.
So that's
I want
another
to
workshop.
go to strokata.
Oh, you gonna be coming?
Are you sponsored by Jergens?
So
No,
what
I'm
is
working on
strokata?
Doc Johnson,
Explain for the internets that are home that are listening that may not know what any of this is. What is strokata? It's another class that you came up with?
Yes. So strokata. Yeah. So strokata is one of my classes. This is a class I've been doing for like 10 years because people kind of underestimate hand jobs, and I felt like I love hand jobs, and hand jobs are great. Like, and strokata. The word strokata is I learned it from one of my lovers back in the day, and he's Italian, and he uses the word strokata. It's a slang. he uses the slang strokata.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what? And when I started doing it to him, I was like, I'm gonna start calling it strokata. I'll make a class after that. And so
Nice.
that's how we started.
I think that men really don't know how to give good hand jobs. They always
did
at
that
the
too.
wrong part of
Nah.
it. And it's like, I always felt weird, but now I'm like, I'm getting too old to be playing around and waiting for you to figure out where to put your finger. Like, I need it here. I need you to do this. But I don't know. Like, it's still kind of weird. That's why I'll do it myself. I don't have time to try and figure it out and show somebody my strokatas.
Is there a general technique that you can follow.
Yeah, this.
Miss Lissa.
No.
No,
Just-
no,
Go
not
faster.
This is the same thing as this.
No, it's but you gotta.
No, and we talked about that during the workshop.
Strokada.
That's why you need
And
to
sometimes
come.
you gotta go get the juice and pull it out high, and then wipe it around.
Well, why don't we
You
let
gotta go get that juice.
Miss Morgan?
Get it out.
Miss Morgan, explain. To
I'm
the
about to have a
people
strokada class.
how you can get a good hand job.
Well, one of the techniques. Oh, I should have brought mine.
You should have. What you got?
You want
Bring
to be
it
a
out.
demonstrator now?
Yes. Pull out on who? Because
Maker,
pizza's
say
not that
something.
big. You might have to do it to the cameraman.
No, it's not about size. It's not
Oh,
about
I got
size.
it big enough. I'm good.
That's not what I use the bottle, right? So one of the techniques that we did was this. Okay, so imagine this is wet, right? And a lot of
wet.
now, and if you have a problem haktuing, because a lot of women like don't know how to like spit and aim.
Yeah, you need to grease that up. You would know.
I don't know how to do that.
Internet's the bottle is also
And,
not
wait,
circumcised.
A lot of the times people have
So-
cotton mouth, so when you spit on it, you see that big white lung,
The
you're like,
cot-
I don't
right?
want
We even talked about how to get rid of the cotton mouth. See, that's why you need to come. We did all of
damn.
that.
How you drink water?
No, the water doesn't get rid of the cotton mouth.
right.
It doesn't.
So what gets rid of the cotton mouth?
Suck
I
it
mean,
more.
well, no, you can. I mean, sometimes just a little candy, like a gummy bear or something. But if you don't, what you can do is if you don't have anything around and like you in a car and you want to do it, but you got cotton mouth, like you just finished smoking or something, then literally you can take the penis or the dildo, whatever you're using, and push it all the way back.
Push it.
All
push it,
the way
push
back
it,
to your
push it.
back. I mean,
yeah, to get that
you
gag
don't-
reflex.
right?
Just get
Go with the
Right.
money. Go
and
with the
what
money.
it does is it stimulates your
salivary glands.
Oh.
Salivary. Yes, exactly.
Yo, I definitely want to go to the
Exactly.
Salvation Army. So you get
Yes.
go to deep to the okay.
Don't
Get to the back
don't
of the
take no
throat.
work from the Salvation Army.
Get to the back of the throat.
Salvation Army,
And
you
so what
come
you
out
wanna
there
do
with
is-
the whip wop on your shit.
You want to take your you want to take your thumb and your pointer finger, and you want to kind of create almost like a little teepee. And at the head of the penis, you want to when it's nice and wet, you want to take these fingers, your middle finger. It depends on how big it is. If it's larger, you
So
don't
if it's
need.
Pete, you use one finger.
The smaller it is, you don't need as many fingers. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to use those fingers to move it up and down. And what will happen is you're going to start to create a suction with your hand. And when you want to add more, like as you're doing it, if you're like in a car and there's no lube anywhere, then you can use your two fingers and also create anticipation by putting your mouth close to it and then holding that saliva and pulling the saliva down onto the head of the penis with your two fingers and continuing, but also you're creating that anticipation, which will also help to rise his expectation, which
all
helps
about
I
him.
think I just
Help you
pre-ejaculated.
rise his nature.
That nature.
Rise my
Pre-came.
nature.
Now also another.
What she just did to that bottle was, I'm never gonna look at water the same again.
I'm drinking some.
She done
later.
turned it into wine. Nikki Morton done turned the water.
You gonna drink
into
some
wine.
water?
I mean, I'm just saying,
Speak-
we are magical. You know, we could bleed for five days. Who else
Shit.
could do that? We magical.
Gotta be careful with that.
Magical.
But
didn't even
also
know that was
another
magic.
one of your classes is
erase
as
that.
we stay on the day retreat
Yes.
is the squirting class.
Oh yeah.
How does that work? Because I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you
Pete
why.
know all the details. You need to hire him as a brand ambassador.
I know a lot of people.
He know more about you than Bevel.
I know a lot of people try to make their girl squirt and can't do it. And the people that do or think they do, they always try to brag. Like I know a friend, he's like, I make every girl squirt. You know, he thinks like he's the fucking squirting guru.
Yeah.
What is this squirting class about?
Okay, so the squirting class includes conversation. Okay, so because I don't turn away singles. We do couples, singles, polycules, don't matter. So if you don't have a partner,
what the fuck is a polycule?
It's a polycule, so it's polyamorous relationship. So it might have 3 people, 4 people.
Oh, okay, my
5
bad. I'm
people.
sorry.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
it's all good. It's all good. So with the squirting class, we first have conversation, okay? Because a lot of times it's blame, so we dispel all these myths. Then after we dispel the myths and we also kind of get conscious about our bodies and what's going on, then when it comes to the demonstrations and the volunteers, I get a volunteer. And when I get a volunteer, that, you know, usually it's a volunteer, someone who didn't come with a partner, but then there's also people that do. And then we have gloves. You know, I always actually have extra rubber gloves too. Again, if you want to volunteer,
like the ones that people wash dishes with. Type?
No,
we gotta take commercial break. I need a volunteer. I'm about to go squirt. We gotta we need a break.
And I proceed to give them a pelvic massage, and I show everyone how, and everyone goes along with it, so that they follow along the instructions as we do it, and when they start to feel that that swell in the G-spot area,
sure.
And the women start to feel like, oh my gosh, I think I'm going to pee. Like, that's when we bring their awareness to that, oh, I want to pee feeling. And I instruct them on just, you know, how to release after that, because a lot of times we're trained that we got to hold it. So it's relaxing that body, bringing your consciousness to just kind of allow yourself to release that.
So
and then
is
once
squirting
you get
pee?
No, squirting is not pee.
Okay.
And
I've seen a girl, but not to cut you off, but I've been with a girl who was coming.
Nah, he making bitches squirt.
No. I've been with a girl who was coming and said she felt like she peed. And when I looked in the bed, you know, it was a little cum, but it was pee also. It was cum and pee.
Okay.
There was pee. That was pee.
Okay.
How you know it was pee?
It smelled like it. That don't smell like.
Maybe she might have had the fish water. That might not have been pee.
No, that wasn't no fish.
Nah, it might not have been pee. It might just
and I'll be honest with you, I was sucking.
I
was sucking the lips, and when I got a taste, it tasted a little salty.
Okay, so it was not pee.
I was like,
it was just that you was out here with the firebox.
That could have been sweat.
No, that was a firebox.
Okay, so first off, we just have to put this out there. Urine is in your sweat. Urine is in your
salad.
Ejaculate. It might be in your salad. I mean, depending on where you go. But
you got bad service.
and also urine itself is 95% water. The other thing that that I want us to acknowledge is that squirt is different from urine. It's different consistencies. Squirt or women ejaculate it might have some urea in it. You know what I'm saying? And the amount of that could change, you know. Maybe her bladder because the ejaculate does build in the bladder. However, because it empties out through your urethra, the same hole that you urine out of. So it is possible, if she already had urine in her bladder, that it could have come out with her ejaculate. That's possible. But you know, science has, science and medical does not do women well. You know what I'm saying? Most of the studies go towards men. And so, right now they have this thing where they say that the ejaculate is not ejaculate and that it is urine. That's what science has recently announced. However, any of those scientists that dealt with it, they must not have had any women that they dealt with, or the women that they were dealing with have squirted, because it is two different consistencies.
Right.
It's very clear that there are two different experiences. I have emptied my bladder and still been able to squirt and keep squirting and keep squirting and keep squirting.
You were like an Energizer comer?
Yeah. She got a geyser coming. What's that, geyser? What's that called?
Geyser.
That's Old Faithful.
Well, the reason that sometimes I use myself as the example and I don't use statistics is because the truth is that America, I'm not even going to talk about the world, but America is still very young in our understanding of sexuality. And so the statistics that we have are not as accurate because people are not as honest as they could be. So,
young and puritanical still.
Yes, absolutely. Feeling guilty about shame, feeling guilty about, Jessica Holter, Panani poet, producer, and creator, she says, there's a whole lot of fucking, but nobody ever talks about it, and it's true.
It's almost like where I think a lot of girls don't talk about how horny they are. Or guys always think it's only girls get horny. Girls want to fuck. Girls want to be,
right.
But I think a lot of guys think it's only them, But I will say this: even though you haven't been married, right?
I have not been.
And you don't have any kids.
No, I don't.
But I want to ask this. I know last time you were here, you were speaking about how sex comes from the mind and the thinking and the talking and you know all the what is it called, foreplay, the pre-foreplay.
Yeah, we can say foreplay.
But when you get married and you have kids, or you're together with somebody for a long time, the sex changes. I'll give you an example. Every girl I've been with, okay? And maybe I'm doing something wrong, you could say. But every girl I've been with.
We're going to take a vote.
In the beginning, you know, especially in the real beginning.
Yeah.
You know, keep in mind, everything's beautiful.
Yeah.
No bread stinks, no nothing. Everything, you know, everything. You respect the person like crazy. You fucking like crazy. Yeah. You start living together. God forbid you have a kid. Or things start changing. You don't have sex as much. You try to make the most out of the moments that you do have sex. But it's tough. You know, keep in mind, I have 2 kids, one older, one younger.
Right.
I remember having sex where, you know, we're having sex and she was like, "You're going to wake the baby up." And I was like, "Oh, man, now I'm thinking about the baby. Shut the fuck up. Like, I don't want to think about the baby. I'm thinking about you, you know?"
And you was already 10 minutes before the baby, so we know you had about 6, 7 now that we trying not to have the baby cry.
Yeah, so, you know, I mean, I think that... You know, I see. For me, I'm good because I love watching porno and I love jerking off. So, you know, I'll get 3 off and then have sex. You know what I mean? You know, no problem. Don't matter to me.
I'm mad, 20 grand.
But keep in mind, it gets tough. And even Dallas, I want to ask you this. Not if you don't. I don't want you to share your sex life if you don't want to. But you've been together for 10 years, say. It changes. Okay, 15, 12 years, whatever. It changes. It's not the same. You know, I always say, like, the girls I met in the beginning, I'm dropping loads off their stomach. 6 years later, don't come on me. What the fuck? What the fuck happened? What changed?
Well, I got lucky with my wife anyhow because I think she's free and she's ready.
She's ready for this.
She's ready. She's ready for this
day retreat.
She's ready for the class.
Yeah.
She's bringing me to this.
It sounds like fun. I'm not even gonna hold nobody up.
It does sound like fun. It sounds like freedom.
Yeah.
For a lot of folks who you know, I think, again, like the first thing that a lot of people fuck up with sex is really just not communicating to someone, hey, you know, what feels good? You know, what do you like? Do you like, you know, me to lick your ear? Do you like me to just talk, say something crazy to you? You know, I mean, my wife and I, we had some games that we had created early in our relationship. We don't play the games anymore. We probably should get back to them because they were fun. But I had this game, and I love talking about it. I call it Dead Black Woman.
What is that? I just need to know.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You roll up on this beautiful woman who's passed out. And, you know, you try to wake them up. Like, let's say they're on the subway and they're sleeping. You try to wake them up. And they don't wake up. So then you start having sex with them.
Oh, it's like role play. Ooh. I think that a lot of women secretly want to get raped.
Yeah.
No, that's like a fantasy of some women. You just want to take it down.
And then they wake up, and then you know, then you realize, oh my God, you know, she's not dead. And then, oh snap, you know, was this consensual? You know, you get into other issues, then you get into legal issues and stuff.
Don't
like
tell
that.
me like a judge comes in and someone fucks him.
Wait.
They having full episodes in his house.
Wait. The dead person is your wife playing that role, right?
Yeah,
Y'all not going on a train looking for...
No. Just imagine in the setting.
Oh, okay,
you know,
good. I just want to make sure.
They have a full... This is I like it. They go in depth.
Yeah.
But
we on the 4 train of new lots. In this pop tour.
But you know, staying on couples and marriage, and even though you're not married and you don't have kids, but still you're expert in the field.
I coach people on that, and I can talk. I can speak on it.
What do you think? Why do you think things die out? Do you believe in things die out?
I believe things die out, but I don't think things die out because you're married. Things die out because, you know, I just made a post about this earlier. You know, we have to stay curious, and the thing is that, you know, as human beings, I say this a lot, and you know, you can take it or leave it, but you know, our physical bodies are experiential tools, but we are infinite. Okay, and so there's something animating, and our minds are what is what keeps our personalities. Our personalities live in the people that we know and what's happening. So when you keep an attitude that was old, when you stay in a space where I am only this, then you begin to age. You begin to age. So when you actually have to, when I say stay mindful, when I tell people to stay mindful of yourself, of your life, you know, that is part of it. So being mindful is a responsibility in your relationship. Being mindful of yourself, and I mean, I refer to it with my mate as turning soil. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he's probably my mate is probably a little bit more domesticated than I am, you know, and so every so often, you know, we do something new that he likes because I'm always doing stuff new. I'll first try something new before I try something that I already did. And then, you know, to keep it going, because there's too many things to know. There's too many things to know. If you get bored, it's because you stopped trying. Mm-hmm. There's the world is too big that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're one person and, you know, you can't possibly assume that the city that you're in that's it. I don't care how you tell me, oh, well, you know, you 60 years old. Oh, well, girl, I've been here. I've done that. Like, stop it, because there's so much more. There's always more. And
I think, you know, I always tell people too, you know, being someone who's been divorced was a tough time for me, but I made it back. And I always tell people, like, look, try not to be so predictable. What happens is when you become predictable, I feel like, you know, it becomes so, you know, boring and lame. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I tell people who are predictable, just switch it up every once in a while. Because they figure you to be something that they already painted their mind that you are. That's what predictability becomes. And then when you come home with flowers, when they think you don't bring them flowers no more, they automatically you don't get like, this is beautiful. Like, why are you doing this? So, you know, just because it's Tuesday.
Right.
Just because, you know, I want to get in that box.
Right.
Just because, you know, I want to play that thing like a harp or a violin. But more so, you know, I think that, like, you know, it's about keeping the fire burning. I always tell people, I'm still trying at relationships. You know, I'm not perfect. I love the one I'm with. But I will say this. When I was growing up, my uncle and aunt used to go out every Friday night. Dress up, suit, tie, dress. Probably fucked afterwards, but they never let a Friday night go by without going out to eat and going out to a bar or some type of, you know, music joint. Not a club probably, but, you know, like something,
like a little
something like
lounge.
that. And it inspired me. It inspired me.
It's beautiful.
And I think that's what keeps the fire and the flame burning.
Yeah.
You know, is even in my older age, like for instance, you know, as I get older, you know, my lady says we don't do a lot of different things. She's helped me open my mind. I'm a Brooklyn dude that felt I should stay in the corner. You know? Like, what's up? I'm here. I'm chilling.
You haven't lived in Brooklyn in fucking 20 years.
10 years.
You haven't lived in Brooklyn.
I'm in Brooklyn all the time.
He's mentally in Brooklyn.
I grew up so long that it's embedded in me. But the style of me is somebody that was like, anyway, to make a long story short, my lady just said, we should go ballroom dancing. I was like, I don't do ballroom dancing. But what I'm trying to say is, now I will.
That's dope.
I got to stop saying I don't do that.
Right, exactly.
And try it.
You're
you know
human
what I mean?
being.
Yeah.
Being. We are constantly being.
And you got to do that with sex too, Pete. Like, let her slip that finger in that hole, or like, you know, like you gotta try the tailed butt plug and like
no,
open
I'm not
it
doing
up.
that.
You have to do it. You wouldn't let somebody tinkle. The guys like it. You like a little tinkle.
I always tell Dallas, because Dallas always told me, we talk like what he said before, like he doesn't put a finger or whatever that line he says.
Is that the same thing for you? Like you like a little tinkle?
I told Dallas one time a story. There was this girl, and she was, she was going down on me, and next thing you know, I felt like a little tingle in my ass. I said, "What the fuck was that?" And she said, "Oh, I was just licking,
doing that thing."
I was licking between your balls and your ass." And I says, "Don't you ever do that again? Do that again. Do that again." and I was kind of like, if you don't tell nobody, I want you to do that again.
Right.
But it's
I feel like that's part of the reason why people don't express themselves too, because of the fear that if this doesn't work out with this person, they got this they can hold over my head. Because I definitely finger popped somebody's ass, and there was a time where he said some shit, and I was like, I could definitely just air him out right now. Like, he think he cute, but
Miss Lissa.
What? I'm petty.
Okay.
Petty tendergrass.
As long as you know.
But I'm learning. I'm learning.
You know what I want to hear? I want to hear Dallas Penn, and if you're willing to give us, he has a story called the Thunderdome. Oh. He met a girl that drove him crazy, possibly another Nikki Morgan, or it could have been her, or a sister or cousin. Tell the internet the story of the Thunderdome for those who don't know.
It's just it's just a story of a young guy having a great sexual escapade with somebody who he went to high school with, who he saw later on, a few years later out of high school. And, you know, the young lady had, like you said, sex is an experiential, you have to experience it, and you have to do it, and you have to practice. Like Allen Iverson, you know, he didn't like to practice. But my classmate had some practice.
She was a hoe.
No. I'm not going to say that.
Okay.
I'm just going to say she just
Hoes
practiced.
get paid.
Right. Well, she did when she left my house. She did empty my pockets. So, it's not too crazy. She left me with some bread, but she gave me an incredible night where I experienced the deliciousness of a tongue hitting places that tongues don't really get.
The taint.
Yeah, tongues don't really get there. So I mean, and during that experience, something else happened inside the space. Real talk, internets. I defecated.
That's what it is.
I wiped myself with my.
Relaxed.
That's what it is.
He was very relaxed.
That's what it
and that's
is.
what came out.
I got
that makes sense.
I don't even know.
He was really enjoying it. That's what happened.
She transported me.
Yeah, and you know what? And if it was just a little communication, had she said, "Are you ready?" You know what I'm saying? Then
No. She just threw me out the plane without a parachute.
What was her reaction?
She was just like, "Oh my goodness," and I cleaned myself up with the sheet, and she finished on me. She finished on my manhood.
Okay,
she was the best.
That's awesome.
She was the best.
That is what you
she
call
didn't shame
Thunderdome.
him.
It was a one-time thing?
It was a one-time thing, and funny story is I did not see her until later on, and now we're Facebook friends. Facebook is where you run into all your escapades.
Yeah.
Well, how come, since it was
good
so
and
like
bad.
free and like amazing, how come you didn't try to do it again?
I didn't even have her number. I ran into her at this party,
Right.
this draft party. This dude had just got drafted for the NBA. I end up in this draft party. She's in there. It's just a wild night, drinking, talking crazy shit, whatever, having a good time. I never even got her number. It was just like it was just a whirlwind. I woke up that morning, and I was a little lighter, money wise, but it was fine.
Oh, she took your
robbed
money.
I'm not gonna say she robbed me. She experienced me.
She asked you for the money?
She experienced me.
No,
So she robbed you.
I'm not gonna say robbed.
You took a
And
little.
now you're
No,
Facebook friends?
if
Yo,
he
pull her
doesn't
up
feel
right
robbed.
now.
If he doesn't feel robbed, then he wasn't.
I don't feel robbed.
And
I feel
it was worth
like
it.
She
Yeah.
got her money.
I mean, what would you pay for a flight from New York to Tokyo?
That's how you felt?
What would you pay for a flight from New York to Mars? What would you pay for a flight where you got transported out the galaxy?
Wow.
Yeah, she got you from the rooter to the tutor.
Got you shitting on bitches.
I shitted on myself that night.
That's crazy.
So you shitted on her.
No. She got out the way. She got out the way. But I mean, listen, I don't feel robbed. I didn't feel a kind of way. I just kind of had to shake my head and be like, you know what? God is good.
Now, what about even like I know?
Did you drink Fireball? I'm sorry, because Fireball always make people get wild. I think he had Fireball.
I was young. Whatever we was drinking,
Fireball.
it was open bars. And
Cisco.
it was a
Fireball, I
draft
think, for
party.
real.
Just understand that it was just a young 22-year-old Dallas.
Wow.
Al, yo.
Loops.
Extra light skin with the curly hair.
I'll be
Right?
sure.
Right?
Taking bitches.
Fake. I'll be sure. Nigga, out there.
Banging bitches. Three chest hairs. But now have you've experienced anal, obviously, right?
Not obviously, but yes, I have.
Right, like why you gotta be obvious?
I'm saying obviously because I figure you're deep in the game, so
What
I would
does deep
expect
in
for
the
you.
game mean?
Well, you know more about sex. The last time we had you on, you explained stuff about sex that I didn't even know. Here's the thing for me. I want to explain to. Let's get into giving some tips to guys and gals.
Yes.
Okay, for me, I want to say this. One thing that I feel comfortable with is after I come, if I'm able to talk to the girl or hang out with the girl,
Yes.
I know that I care about that girl. If I come and I'm like, what am I doing here? I got to get the fuck up out of here. Or like, why is she here if it's my place? I know that's not that serious. It was just, a fuck. A lot of girls always ask, like, how do they know a guy cares about them? For me particularly, I'm saying in sexual, after I come, if I still want to talk, like if we're talking, could vibe and really just chill with each other, that's something special. When you mess with people, right? Did you ever get that type of feeling where you're like, yo, I could really fuck with this guy afterwards? Or did you get a feeling where you want to get out of there?
So I'm going to explain to you about those kind of feelings. For me, whomever that I'm engaging sexually with, I feel close to. I mean, it doesn't mean I have to build a life with that person, but this is a person that I shared my body with. Like, I'm not going to be like, now get up and get out. Like, no, I respect you. Like,
there's been
otherwise,
no non-intimate intercourse.
No, I've never. I mean, even if it's a one-time situation, we made love or we had a great time, we had a great experience, we respect each other, and that's what it was. There's never a time where I'm like, because I love myself, so I'm not going to have sex with anybody that I don't respect. I'm not going to have sex with anybody that I'm like, yo, get up and out now. Like, nah.
Or that doesn't respect you.
Or doesn't respect. Hell, right.
So you never felt the need just to get your nut off?
No. I've definitely felt the need to get my nut off.
Okay.
But
and you never felt like you used someone for that?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, there was definitely a good 2 years when I was like really working entrepreneur, when we on the grind. And I had, I had my regular person that came over and,
tap that up.
Right.
Slow down. I just want to get to know your box.
But she's saying that she still takes the time to have the intimacy afterwards. She's not like on some hit it and quit it.
Yeah, I mean, it's right. And when I say quit it does meaning as in like get the fuck out. Like, no, like you're a human being. Like, you want something to drink?
Yeah.
Like,
nah, Nikki, there's some times though on some women shit. Girl.
I'm listening.
There's times when he not acting right, and you like, you know what? I'm an OD on this nigga. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna sit on it, everything. I'm gonna kill it, and I'm gonna put my clothes on and dip and have him feeling like he need to be under a sheet, praying, wondering why I don't love him like I used to. Like, you never had to do that to somebody where you just want to come through.
That's happened to me.
Yes, and then exactly when you got to just do it to his ass.
That's
like,
only
you know
the people
what?
that I care about.
Yeah,
if I care about you and you acting up, I might give it to you like that, and then
kill him.
That's
and then
the
but I'm not. But it's probably most likely it's not me leaving forever. No,
yeah, not forever. But it's that. It's that
just
time
remind you
when you like, let me just come over in my negligee, not even lingerie, negligee like grandma would do, in a trench coat.
Because you lost your mind for a second, so I'm gonna bring you back.
A different wig.
Internets, don't get it twisted. There's sometimes dudes want to cuddle.
Yeah.
Sometimes dudes be wanting a little cuddle.
For real?
Yeah, a little cuddle afterwards, of course.
Yeah, listen.
Sometimes you might have had a fucked up day. Some shit might be fucked up. Real talk. And listen, we all are emotional creatures too.
Yes,
we guys gotta be all Brody and rah, brolic. But sometimes, like, afterwards, you just want like someone to just put their hand around you and hug you up in your ear, and you just be like, yeah.
They do.
And if somebody dips on you before that, then you'd be like, damn, am I really a piece of shit?
I did that to the couple. I'm telling you, I do it. One time I was on vacation. It's supposed to be a story that's supposed to go in the gutter. I'm going to pull it out. And just quick details. Definitely, we popped up. We had a moment, and I was like, he's like, oh my God. And I was like, I'm not cuddling. I just left. We had to leave. But I went to the bathroom. It's a Nikki Morgan moment. My friend was in the room, and she was fake asleep. And she was like, when I went to the bathroom, she said he was like acting like it was the best sex he ever had in his life. And I know it was. And I just had to put it on him and never again.
Yeah, I think everyone goes through different,
right.
Look, what Dallas said is true. I'm not afraid to admit that. There's times where I like to vibe with someone even afterwards, like, and hang out and talk about, like, so what are you into? And or even if it was like a one night stand or girls that I was messing with early on, kind of like, yo, so what do you like to do, or how is it living? You know, whatever it is.
I can't believe Premium Pete don't hold a chick ear hostage. Like I can't believe it.
Yeah. No.
I don't see you, Pete, as being quiet as kept.
I do. Sometimes I'm quiet, but I do. But here's the thing: I've been with girls where they were like, you know, I would call them men, like meaning where they were like, nah, you know, like I'd be like, yo,
go put them sneakers back on, please.
Yeah. I was like, how was your day? You know, and they're like, yo, we ain't talking. Like, and I'm like, what? Oh shit.
So that's okay. So that's a conversation around sexual energy that I always have with people, right? And so now when you start, so if anyone ever likes to, you know, read about things, like definitely look up a psychoanalyst. His name is William Reich, and his work is very similar to mine. When I discovered his work, I was like, oh, this is exactly what I've been talking about. So we on the same page. And so now with orgasmic energy, right? And I always talk about orgasmic life. Orgasmic energy is very powerful. Sexual energy is very powerful. And it can create, but it can also destroy. So now if you are in a space where you are lacking orgasmic potency, and you have an orgasm with someone, you get your nut off, and you have these feelings of get out my face, I need to go. Like it's not necessarily that situation, but there's something that you are missing inside. There's a flexibility. There is a playfulness. There is a lack of connection that you're missing here. Why that's not happening? Because I don't understand why sex changes you being human. Like if you had a person come over, a brand new person come over to your house that you just met, you know what I'm saying? You're going to offer them something to drink. You're going to say, hey, do you know you want to sit down? Why does you sharing your body now make the whole situation change where you want to tell them to get the fuck out?
Because as soon as you come to your senses. You like, hold the fuck on. This nigga done seen my titties.
You made a lot of... Listen,
I love
he
that
gotta
you're
go.
a rapper. I love that
He
you're
gotta
a rapper.
go. He gotta go.
listen, you made a lot of sense.
Yes.
Yeah, but I will say,
He gotta go.
even what I want to touch on too is
Yo, I love how she talks though. Like it's like,
yeah, she's very sweet and sensual. I'm gonna jump over there.
Touch on it.
No, what I want to touch on,
touch on it.
is one night stands in 2016. Are people
That's
still,
the new relationship.
Are people still shaming one night stands like you're a whore?
I don't
Can
think
you marry
so.
a guy that you fucking slept with the
people are
first
still
night?
shaming.
Yes, they are. They are.
no, they're not.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
I'm in love with
Yes,
the guy I slept with the first night.
So is it okay? Listen, internet, when you listen to this episode, I want you to tweet us, okay? Tweet Dallas Penn, tweet Miss Listen Knows, Premium Pete Show. What are you
Nikki
on Twitter?
Experience.
On Twitter?
Yep.
Nikki Experience. Tweet us and let us know if you think that a one-night stand is eligible to be in a relationship or even marry someone
Hold
that
on,
you had
let's
a
go a
one-night
quick
stand
live. Let's
Oh,
go
my
act the
goodness.
kid.
Please, yes.
I think that it's I don't know. I'm always on the fence about that type of topic because I feel like part of it is like let's get it out the way because people have like that tension and you thinking that you're gonna hold out for 30 days or however long Steve Harvey told you
Steve
to.
Harvey, get out of here.
And then it's supposed to make everything better. But like sometimes like, you know,
Steve Harvey got the names wrong.
yeah, so he might
Harvey
got everything
you
wrong.
better keep that
So
to
it's like
yourself.
sometimes you want to just get that out the way so that you can like, you know, really like
So could you be with somebody that you had a one-night stand with? Can you make them your man?
yeah.
Would you marry someone that you had a one-night stand with?
I mean, I've never been married before. I feel like love shouldn't really have too many rules, but I feel like you have to go off the vibe and the person. Like you don't have to like. I don't think you should sleep with everybody on first night. I definitely don't. I think some men are just scoundrels and some bitches is dirty. Like you just don't know. But I think that a good vibe. Like I mean, my daughter's father and I like we knew each other for a while, but we only went on like date like maybe like 2 dates.
Dang,
like,
that's
and
it. That's
then-
all it takes to get that
Would you
pussy?
go Red Lobster?
No, we went to like an event, but we worked together for like months before anything, so we were cool. But as far as like trying to like court and like get to, it wasn't that
wait
many.
a second. You worked
Niggas went
with
to
him
the house and smoked some bud and
You
like,
worked
we
with
was-
him
we
for
was
2
young, like
months?
20. I said a few months.
How long?
Maybe like 4 or 5 months.
Oh shit, we're like
And
3 months
then-
over. What the fuck happened here?
What happened? What you said?
Okay.
What he said?
Because Steve Harvey said, wait.
No. So here's the thing.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. And then it was kind of like I plotted on him too. Like we was friends, and I'm America's favorite friend. Like I'm with the shits. Like I'm like, this bitch over here said this. Al heard you did this, and we were just really cool. I had a boyfriend, and then I broke up with my boyfriend, and we used to all, like I said, we used to chill and just hang out. And then one day I just ended up just hanging out with him, and then he's like, "Oh, you want to go to this event?" And I was like, "This is before." I was like, I always knew I was going to be Miss Lista Knows, but I was just like Melissa, and I was
Miss
like, "Oh my
Lista
God!"
Hoes.
And I went to this event for Fashion Week, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is so cool!" And the rest is history. Now as a 7-year-old in my house, just like ODing on my life. But it all started from an event.
God bless the Brielle. But let me ask you
and
something.
not holding out.
DP,
2 dates.
one night stand.
DP?
From your, Dallas
Al, he
Penn.
got that deep penis.
Dallas
Al.
Penn. Dallas
Double
Penn.
Yes.
penetration.
Al double
Yes.
penetration. And then we got PP right here.
Ken,
Golden shower.
Premature
I like when I be on a
penis.
bus and somebody trying to get off the bus and they be like, back door. Like whenever a pretty girl says, I'll be like, yes, indeed. Yes, I will.
Yes.
Oh, you leaving now? Okay, goodbye.
Let me ask you, Dallas.
But I'll be like, yeah.
One night stand. Are you judging a girl? I mean, not. Here's the thing. Us guys, we fuck chicks. That's how I look at it.
Yo, I'm going to tell you right now, I never shamed, let me take that back. I had one relationship where we got into different arguments, but generally for my life, I never shamed anybody I knew, anybody that was my friend, anybody that I had a relationship with. I was just happy that I was, having sex. Sometimes I just be happy that I'm having sex. Sometimes I'll be like, damn, how did I get this bad chick?
You light skinned. Come on. We saw your pictures from back in the day. Come on, you Dallas Penn.
There's a ton of light skinned dudes out there competing. Like I had to do extra stuff. I just marvel sometimes. Like, man, I really won. I'm really.
Why? Why you say that?
Just because. I mean, it was something that I wanted, and it came to fruition, and they were fine, and there was something about them that was just fine, attractive to me. Just something about them, funny or whatever. So I always kind of felt like I was definitely that dude that was just very happy to be in the room. So I was extra like, yo, ready to lick toes,
He buying things like
ready
your phone
ready to
bill
lick
paid?
knees, ready wherever. What?
Now let me ask you, being that you're a boot connoisseur and a New York City or a true Yorker, have you ever kept your Timberlands on while you had sex with a
Knocking
girl?
boots with the boots on.
Naked, not just jeans.
I've seen those.
Nah, I never did that.
No, you never did that?
Nah, I never did that.
But you did the pants roll down with the Timberlands on.
I mean, you've done pants roll down in different, places that when you're not home or something like that. But you've never been in your house and first of all took your pants off and then put your boots back on.
No,
that's
yeah,
savagery.
exactly. That is savage.
That's savagery.
Unless you had boot cut jogging pants.
Got the tearaways.
Be honest,
I'm ready, ma.
You had boot cut jogging pants.
I wanted to ask Nikki. I mean, now you're in your career. Did you ever realize? Like, did you ever say, "Man, this is"? I'm trying to think of the couple, the sex therapist couple that from the 30s or the 40s. They were contemporaries of Sigmund Freud, I believe.
Oh, Masters and Johnson?
Was it Masters and Johnson?
I
Okay.
love Johnson & Johnson, especially their baby lotion, like the pink one, or they have baby oil gel.
to have this career, and not only that, but I mean really in America, because it's still America, and you're still a black woman, and we are still, puritanical in our emotional descriptions of our bodies. Like you almost like you jumping out of a window.
Yeah. You know what? I was born into it.
It's like Bloods.
I feel like that. Yeah, I definitely think so. I mean, in third grade, I was teaching my friends about cervixes and HPV.
Wow.
I was reading encyclopedias. I was obsessed. And then, just the other day, I was going through my papers, some old papers. I found a paper that I wrote when I was in 5th grade, and it was the Pope, God's politician or God's messenger. So I've always been in this headspace. And truth be told, I mean, as shy as I was, I had to really get over it because I felt like I'm living in a crazy world because everybody's lying. And I'm like, really? You know, like, you do that. I know you do that. We all do that. Why are we acting like we don't do that? It just doesn't make sense to me. So I've always learned, like, yo, if you either going to be part of the solution or if you ain't saying nothing, you're a part of the problem. So, you know, we spend a lot of time on being defensive. We spend a lot of time on judging each other. And pleasure and orgasm and sexuality allows us communication. It literally opens up hormones that create trust between people and bonding. So I know that all this fighting that everybody's doing, nah, y'all not having the sex that I'm talking about. You're not. You can't be, because if you were, you're not supposed to be treating people like this. We would be much more aware. We would have evolved generosity. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. So I do believe that orgasms for peace is a thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's absolutely necessary. And no, it's not ideal. And no, I'm not, you know, I have to get really creative with my business model so I can eat and I can live and I can still support. That's why I haven't had children yet. And I'm finally in that space now. I can, you know what I'm saying? But it's the sacrifice is real for me.
Yeah.
It's real.
And I want to let you know something. I come in peace.
Good. You should.
I come in peace.
So you don't think that anything should be left to the imagination? Like, pretty much, like, everybody should be just, like, open with their sexuality and just, like,
that's not what I'm saying.
Okay,
so I don't ever want it to be misunderstood. I'm not saying that everybody should be popping off in parties and no, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that we need to understand that there's a certain kind of consideration for our differences. And a lot of times people can't understand it because it's compartmentalized in so many different ways. But sexuality is our core. Sexual energy is our base. Children, when they're high energy and they're running around, that's sexual energy that's making them do that. As you get older and you start taking on, well, I'm not supposed to do this, I'm not supposed to do that, it's slowing down your sexual energy. That's why you don't have that same pop, that same creativity. You scared to be imaginative. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's jacking you up. It's jacking you up.
So what's some advice you give people to follow that they don't get into that hole?
I would advise people to, again, be mindful. Take time and be more expansive on your own self-love. So meaning when you say, like, for example, when Dallas said, you know, that he was lucky, or he felt like he won a prize, I would tell Dallas, you know what? Acknowledge that you deserve that. You deserve that. You know what I'm saying? We forget to look at it, you know, when we love each other and when we hate each other, like, we forget to include ourselves in these conversations. When you judging somebody, there's something inside you that is bothering you that much that you need to address. When you loving somebody and you giving and you find like, oh, my hands are empty because I've given everything, because you forgot to give to yourself. So reflect. Like, I mean, yo, Michael Jackson said it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, man in the mirror or woman in the mirror or whatever gender you decide that you want to call yourself. But even before that, like, people will celebrate their limitations before they celebrate their freedoms. You know what I'm saying? Like, so as much as, yes, I can identify as being a woman, I can identify as being black, I can identify as being polyamorous. The truth is that I'm only using these words for you so that you can just have communication with me. But yo, I'm me, and just because I can identify with these labels does not mean that that's what I'm stuck to. You know what I'm saying? Don't get stuck on your attitude. Don't get stuck in your label. Because if you happen to be a lesbian and you fall in love with a man, don't stop yourself because you fell in love with a man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, allow yourself to be free.
Maybe something else. Yeah. You know, we always talk about evolving. We always talk about change.
Yeah.
Maybe something else is pulling you or calling you. You know, I think people just try to stay true to who they think they are, not who they could be.
Look at Pete.
Who they think they are and not who they... You know what? That's interesting because we have to be careful with that because people sometimes create false self because we create personalities on what we think we like. Well, you know, I'm this black woman, so since I'm this black woman, then that means that I'm gonna make sure I do this. I gotta act this way and that and that and that, and I don't do that. Like what you said, I'm this dude from Brooklyn. Like you creating a false self for all you know, right? You know what I'm saying? So there's so much. So we gotta unpack.
This ain't living in Brooklyn since the 70s.
Listen, you fuck. Okay, I've been in Jersey 5 years. 5 years.
Last time this nigga was in Brooklyn, Mayor Koch was in office.
How am I doing? Yo, I love
Y'all
it.
making me
But
hot.
anyway, you know what? Listen,
Al, take some things off. You hot?
Let's take a quick break. Internet's
Take some things
Nikki
off.
motherfucking Morgan is in the building.
Oh,
The
it's a
sex
pleasure.
therapist, the sexologist.
The sex
Thank you for
expert.
having
Our brother
me.
Dallas
Yes,
Penn is in the building. Miss Liz is in the building.
happy to be
it's
here.
the holiday
I
season.
think Dallas might be a sexpert on the low too.
Yeah, I think he is.
He dropped a couple of gems.
Internet's grab your eggnog, your coquito. You know, we'll
Grab
be,
a pussy. It's a
whatever
good
the
episode.
fuck you want to do. Grab your
Grab
dick.
something. Just grab it.
We'll be right back.
Grab your dick.
Cheers.
Yo, this is Tax Stone, and I'm on the Premium Peter Show with Miss Lissa Knowles, and we stacking, macking, and relaxing. Make sure you niggas listen to my podcast before you turn on Premium Peters. Thank you.
Internet's and we're back. Sitting here with Nikki Morgan, Dallas Penn, Miss Lissa. It's Premium Pete. It's the Premium Pete Show. Listen, let me tell you something. We were talking with Nikki Morgan about her next event that she's doing, her next retreat. And I'm saying to myself, Dallas, Miss Lissa, we need to be there. But can we be there and not get involved if we don't want? Like, meaning like, just to really like, maybe be like media sponsorship, you know?
He just want to cover it.
Yeah, we want to cover it. I mean, I'll put my dick in someone's mouth once in a while, you know, like throughout the day.
I mean, I
3
don't think
o'clock.
any. Well, I mean, if they're listening, there might be some people that want you to, but
Yo, Nikki said, I don't think nobody wants your dick, but I
She's
mean,
not saying that shit. This shit
somebody
is big.
might, somebody in the world.
whether it's big,
Hold
small,
on,
it don't matter.
Hold
We
on,
accept
Nikki.
everybody.
Let me paint the picture for you.
He's gonna paint the picture.
He painted this picture with Crayola.
It's not pasty white. It's tan.
This ain't no
tan.
mask.
It usually
It looks
is.
like it's been in
It's
Cancun
pink.
for a
Yeah.
couple of weeks.
It's pink.
It's not the girth of a soda can, but it's long, strong, and I call it Jim Brown ski. A Jim Brown ski. Nah, I'm only playing. But so what were you saying now? Can we be there as media sponsors?
Okay, so here it is. Because
What are the levels of participation? I think
Okay.
is what Pete wants to know.
Right.
Thank you, Dallas.
Okay, thank you for that. So here it is. Everyone that attends the workshops and the workshops during the day and also the play party at evening, there's a certain relationship that I have with my clients, that I have with my guests, and they trust me, you know, and I trust them. We have a real relationship. So when you guys come, you're a part of this relationship. So I'm not going to say that, you know, when you come, you have to do anything. But I do say that when you come, to just be open and come as guests.
How can people find out about this? Is there a website they could go to?
There is a website. You go to www.thetouchexperience.com.
Listen, in 2016...
Spelled, not spelled ghetto. Spelled
Properly.
No, the
Yes.
whole, like the real words. The
Okay.
THETOUCHEXPERIENC.
Right. You know, a lot of people listen to this podcast who just came home from jail.
No, that's not true. That's
Yes,
not
they
true.
do. Yes, they do. Your
That's not
homies.
true. That's not
Right?
true. Listen, we have a...
This podcast is playing in Rikers right now.
Experience.
Let me tell you something. We have a diverse people of listeners worldwide, all over the world, and I appreciate every one of them. And I will say this: I would love to do a podcast in Rikers.
That would be
dope.
wonderful.
That would
Oh
be
my
dope.
What the hell
gosh.
I got to do with the sex? Hello,
No, the
hello.
that
sexuality.
was-
I would
hello.
love that.
That was said that I would love, but that'd be crazy.
I would
That
love
would be
to
crazy.
see that. I would listen.
Nah, you can do that by yourself.
That could be done too.
Can you
I'm
bring
not-
me? I would love
Girl,
that.
you have my
no,
seat
no,
that
we're
day.
not bringing you.
You're not having me in no
Why
goddamn
not?
jail.
Savagery.
The inmates would be right in your ass. There's
Yeah,
no
because you breathe
everything.
differently
It's
when you talk.
Rikers. It's Rikers. People are not there for more than like 2 years.
You stretch your words out too much.
if they're
Somebody
fighting a
gonna
case.
take you to the back.
Right.
So,
if they're fighting a case.
So,
Nikki, I got to tell you something. One of the things that's kind of annoyed me in media is like right now you see this what do we call it? Acronym LBG
T.
T.
And
They
there's
added the
another
Q.
word.
They added the
Q.
Q. They added the Q.
But they still are missing one letter.
What they
And-
missing?
X.
What's X?
X is all the extraterrestrials and what they want and how they do their thing.
Don't nobody want to give ET no pussy, my nigga. Just
Guess
chill.
what?
You probably
Guess what?
gave ET pussy already.
Thank
you.
you.
Don't even know.
Thank you. I think we cannot discount the extraterrestrials out here getting their freak right, getting their life right.
Whoever slept with Little Wayne slept with E.T.
Look,
Anyway,
LBGTQX, motherfuckers.
cheer.
For everybody that's fucking their ex, my nigga, it's cool. Like, you could backtrack if you want to. I
Right.
think you should keep pushing forward. Don't worry about the ex, man.
Touch-
The
So the
current
website is touchexperience.
The touch.
the
The
touch
touch.
experience.
TheTouchExperience.com. They can check out and find out about the next event.
Absolutely.
What about? Is there any recap of the other event, or it's private?
No. I do recaps. But I limit the photos.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
and
'cause I don't want no photos.
No guests have photos. If they do, it's usually during the practice and play, and they're taking pictures of themselves.
Okay.
And those are
is
really
there, is there a
beautiful
workshop
photos.
for those people? I mean, you've said how empowering and how all inclusive this is. There has to be a room for people who like to take pictures of themselves while they're having sex.
Well, actually, the next
The
one.
exhibitionist room.
Well, okay, so people just like taking pictures of themselves, you know, and we do, like, you know, like different positions, like, oh my God, girl, that's so
I wanna
beautiful.
see one of the
but
guys-
we will have a room that will have that will be specifically for photos
Go on
and stuff.
Facebook
Instagram.
Live.
Yeah, that'd be
You know.
dope. That'd be
Yeah,
dope.
you
Well,
trying to go
I mean-
live with this box or not?
We'll see if that. I mean, we'll see because. You know, if they want to be in sexual positions and they're completely nude, we may, you know, because they be taking stuff down off of my Instagram and
Sure,
shutting
sure.
We
it
should
down
put a
on Facebook.
drone in that fucking house. That'd be dope.
That would be
fucking
nice.
fucking flying the drone. Let the drone
Gosh,
go
that
into
would
pussy.
be such an ultimate porn.
Man, that's awesome.
They gotta pay for that one. That's extra.
How many times you masturbate a day, Nikki Morgan?
Not often because I have a partner, but if I do, it's usually for a purpose. Like if I'm looking to manifest something, or before
about
I
go to
have
sleep?
an interview.
Wait, what are we
No, not-
manifesting?
FYI, it's solstice has already started. And this is a great time for you to use your orgasm to manifest whatever it is that you wish to bring into the world in physical form.
Word, because Mercury's in Capricorn. Does that have anything to do with it? What's going on with why am I like? What is that? What do you mean?
When you said
Your
Mercury's in
orgasm-
Capricorn, I thought you was
no.
going to say Mercury's in Capricorn and Popeye's got 10 nuggets for $4.
Word, like what do these things have to do? Like why?
So so naturally we give off electromagnetic energy off of our bodies.
Right.
So when you have orgasm, the content that you're putting in to your magnetic energy that you're coming off of your body helps to shift the atoms in your world. So, you know, you hear physics, we talk about multiverse. So, you know, we are creators and we
Right.
are the created. So you are part of the thread. So if you want to shift the thread, you know what I'm saying? When you get into an orgasmic space and you take an intention with that orgasm, it will come through. Like your sexual energy bridges your dream world into your physical reality.
That sounds
I'm going to give my
sexy.
wife an orgasm tonight.
Damn, I just thought that. Okay,
Co-creative manifestation is so much fun and amazing. And sometimes the things that you want will shift and come through her through some contact. It's really freaky and amazing.
Anything she wants, I want.
Okay, awesome. That's so beautiful. Oh my goodness.
I'm about to get a new
I
house.
would love to watch
turn
y'all
around. We
love.
about to manifest this mansion.
Now, Nikki, let me ask you, have you been
Hey.
with multiple different races? Like,
Yes.
have you been with
You go a race? Don't we know
Asian
races.
guy? Have you been with an
I
Asian?
have, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what is I guess it's obviously people and you know how they move, but is there any certain race that really you were super attracted to?
Well, you know what? When I was younger, I did have a thing for Dominican men.
Hello.
Really? Why? They probably
Because-
lick that ass right up.
And they got that. They got
Them
that
motherfuckers
girth.
eating that fucking.
And they don't talk too much. They just be like, "Mommy, rah."
They
I
put the
was-
plantain on you?
They put the rah. They roll that tongue on that.
No, it's called the
I'm
Maduro.
super auditory,
Yeah.
like super. So talking in my ear, and so the way they speak just really got me going.
Word, you be like, word,
Yeah.
come clean these pipes.
What about an Indian guy? You ever been with the Indian guy? He's gonna lay that chicken tiki masala on you, fucking on your box.
Not all the way. No.
No?
Is there any race that you've been like kind of like
Vindaloo.
turned off by?
No, I don't.
No, what about Russian? No.
No, I mean, I've never dated a Russian.
What about
person.
Italian? Oh, you've been with Italian, right?
Yeah,
what do you like? Do you like
my first love? My first love
Wow, look at
was
that, look at that.
Italian.
Well, what did you like about Italian men?
Pay for everything in cash.
I mean, I do love the culture. I do love the culture. The culture meshes with me well.
Let me tell you something. If I was to take you out, if I was a free man and you were a free woman, even though it doesn't fucking matter in your world, I would cook you the most amazing chicken palm.
That's what
I would have you come over. You sit down on the couch.
Why does his go-to dish
Right.
always that shit? This nigga cannot cook.
Well, because
There's no way he
this
can
nigga cannot cook.
There's no way.
All right, this is my
Italian
man. This is my man, 50 grand.
Hey, listen, I make some good dishes, but I only make a
Yo.
couple.
This nigga be sauteing fucking.
Like he's fake. He
Chicken
always goes to
nuggets.
that. Like he's like, I'm gonna make you chicken parm. Like just make
Like, my nigga,
SpaghettiOs.
that's Purdue nuggets.
Yeah.
You
That you put cheese
All
on.
of a sudden, this motherfucker's eating kale, and now you don't know nobody no more. Get the fuck
forgot
out
where
of
you
here.
came from.
Miss Morgan, let me get off my nut.
Yeah,
Okay,
there it is.
so I would have you come over,
Yes.
sit down, and in the movie we'll be playing would be Goodfellas. Okay?
Yeah, drink a box of wine.
No, I would pull out a 1962 California Napa Valley.
Okay, I like me so much.
He pulling out some martini and Rossi.
Stop hating. Stop
Carlo
hating.
Rossi.
What I'm doing,
Sangria.
I'm digging this
Nikki,
right now.
what I'm doing is, and what's happening in the background is haters, and what I'm doing is I'm telling you what I would do to you if I was free.
Yes.
So as I'm cooking, you would smell. The smell would go
The
right.
finest double chopped cheese.
The smell would go right into your nose, to your breast. Your nipples would be erect. And it would be such a. I would turn and look at you, and you would just say, "It smells so good in here," and I would say, "And so do you." Because let me tell you something, Internet. When you're messing with a certain girl,
Yo, he's
or
thought
a
about
guy,
this before.
you have to smell good. You have to smell good because smelling good. Let me tell you, I used to put John Paul, Jupe,
Very
gray
important.
flannel,
Versace blue jeans.
all on my dick.
Wait,
I
what? No.
used to spray it in my hand. I used to spray it in my hand and then rub it on my stomach.
So you know he don't
And my
bathe. I
penis.
just
But it's gonna
rub.
taste.
No, on my nipple too. Let me tell you something.
Ugh.
Jupe and Jean Paul Gaultier.
I do. That's
will
one of my
get-
favorites.
Will get you.
though.
with John
let me
Paul?
tell
Jupe?
you-
Paul Gaultier.
Oh my God! We'll get you pussy. You wouldn't believe. Anyway,
So
you would smell me, and you would
He
smell.
rubbing it on his nipple.
You would smell. You would
Just
smell
the right
that chicken
one.
palm and that spaghetti, that
That
boiling, al dente, al dente.
Your ass gonna smell like chicken nuggets and polio string cheese mozzarella.
I would make my way over to that couch. Okay, after we were done eating, and you would say, "What a great meal," and we just literally just lay down with you and just talk to you about how your day was. And particularly, I would hope that you would rub my hair with your fingernails because that is amazing.
That's
When you-
nice.
when you
That is
massage
nice.
my head. Particularly, I want you to put some lemongrass on my head and rub it in, you know. Not the head of my penis. Anyway, to make a long story short, I would probably start to kiss you on your neck, then make my way down to your nipples. I'm going to go one to the other, one to the other, one to the other, and I'm going to pull back. I'm going to run back. Put it this way, I'm going to grab your nipple, and I'm going to try to run to the door while I have it suctioned in my mouth, and then let it go. Like a snap. You understand? It's not going to go that far. Although I've been with a girl who had nipples, I swear to God, the things were like 3 feet. Anyway.
Now do Dallas.
No.
Damn. Pause. We got this whole show. We got this whole show nice and clean.
As I'm done licking and sucking your nipples,
Yeah.
I'm going to make my way down to your waist because I love grabbing that hip bone. That hip bone right there is connected to your thigh bone. And my thigh bone is connected to my... Okay, I'm trying.
Hold on for a second. Miss Morgan, quick question. Some of the listeners are wondering, can I be altered and become a better partner, a better lover for my mate? Meaning, either inebriated or, altered through, maybe some kind of how you...
Viagra?
Not Viagra, but I'm thinking something that's, like a mental I can't even say the word hallucinogenic. Hallucinogenic.
Hallucinogenic.
Hallucinogenic.
Oh, like shrooms?
Can you can you be altered and max out your potential for consideration with your mate?
Max out your potential.
Meaning, can you be altered and still be a adequate, a good lover, a considerate?
Do that
lover?
lean mess up that stroke is what he trying to say. Like, do them
okay.
drugs
Yeah.
and do them things mess it up, or do they heighten the experience?
Ecstasy, Molly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So different things do different things, right? Wait, before I even answer that, I will say all that that Pete just mentioned. One of the Italian men that I've dated, not the first one that I fell in love with, but it was basically the exact same thing, which was hilarious.
What, chicken
except for
parm
the
and shit
movie.
and fucking curve on his
cooking,
nipples?
everything, like
Saturating his nipples in fucking Versace blue jeans?
So I don't know if it's like an Italian book that they read, but it's
Oh,
awesome.
really?
Hey,
Yes, except
pass
for
me the sex
Goodfellas. It wasn't
pamphlets.
Goodfellas, but he was really into
I
movies.
want to know one thing before you get back into your conversation. And
Not this and
Exactly.
chill.
I want to know one thing. Do you squeeze your pussy when the guy's dick is inside you? Like, you make those, like, type of, there was some girl I was with one time.
Kegels.
Some shit. Do you know how to do
Kegels.
that?
Oh yeah, I recommend everyone do. Remember, I had y'all Kegels.
Yes, you gotta do Kegels as
No,
you're
I
doing
know,
it. Yeah,
but-
I'm doing it
Yes.
right now, Nikki. Hey.
Go ahead, but where were you? Go ahead.
Miss Lissa's thing gonna be right when she gets
I'm
up.
telling you. Woo! Cause I'm back, Nikki. I'm back in a drought. I'm having another
But
drought.
no, you can't say. I'm putting you on blast publicly. Like, if you're gonna say you're gonna come and do something with me, come.
I'm coming right now.
See you
Don't
around.
say you coming and not show up.
I'm going to RSVP right now to come.
How you act with me
Set
like
that up
that,
with her.
I know is how you behave in the bedroom. You know that.
I'm
It's fractals and behavior.
yeah, girl.
It
She's
is.
throwing all these SAT
I'm
numbers
just saying.
words at me.
So different drugs do different things, and then different strands do different things, right? So our sexual minds are is in a different place from where you are when you go to your Molly, when you might go to
When you get altered.
Right, when you get altered, excuse me. And then the alterations are different. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you might have like spiritual things. Like you might be on shrooms and just want to giggle. You know what I'm saying? So how does it affect your performance? It really depends on if you're going to enter that state with the mindset that you are that you want to be sexually active, then you can keep going. It may affect your ability to get erect, specifically, men. But there's lots of things to do with a flaccid penis, and they're just as fun.
Wait, what'd you say?
Wait, what? What you could do with limp noodle? What you could do, Nikki?
Fun.
What is fun about it? You over here playing with Play-Doh? Okay, I'm about to turn this.
Silly putty.
Over here molding it like, hold on, babe. Had me slap it on my tongue. I'm gonna make it better. Like, what can you do?
You can suck a flaccid penis. Okay,
But it's not fun.
Yeah,
It is?
Yeah. You have fun chewing gum, right? Don't chew it though, unless they
damn.
want you
You
to
over
chew
here
it.
popping.
Oh damn!
Unless they want you to chew it, but like it's soft, it's fun. It's like it's a little doughy in your mouth. You can put it all the way in the back of your throat
You go,
and
girl.
not feel like you're gagging. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like a fun little thing that you could take the hard palate and your tongue and kind of squeeze a little bit. It's nice.
Nah, he gotta do things now. So your shit's not working. What that mouth do?
Oh my goodness. See, and this is where we start to like really expand the canvas of your sexual pleasure.
Right.
And so you might want to use extra colors to, do a little something extra.
Shit.
Yeah, I was
Color
asking
rush.
this question because I remember the time I was on acid, and I ejaculated, and styrofoam came out of my shit.
Okay, I can't
I'm dead ass.
I love Dallas.
I'm dead ass. I was killing it too. I was killing it, and I pulled out and I bust and like styrofoam when you shoot it out that caulking gun, how it just expands. It came out and just puffed up. I was like, oh shit.
Sick fuck.
Was she on acid too?
No.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not. Acid will do some things to you, man.
word.
I will say that it'll definitely do some things to you. But you know what? Another thing I wanted to go over was you mentioned that people are into like getting spanked. What is the most craziest thing that people do over there that, particularly some people who are not into that would say like, that's fucking sick?
Okay, so...
You don't say crazy. Say maybe extreme.
Right.
Okay,
because,
okay. Different.
Right, exactly.
How about different?
Right. So, and I'm only speaking from the space of where I think you guys are in your imagination with your sexuality.
Mm-hmm.
So, I would say maybe what might surprise you guys could be, let's see. Oh, gosh, because I'm kind of desensitized.
Mutilation?
So, there was knife play.
Woo!
At this thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
Wait, like
with
what?
Permission. I mean, again, just because you attend does not mean that that's what you're doing.
Right.
You
This is
know
all
what I'm saying?
consensual.
To each
These
is
are
their
all
own.
Yeah, it's all consensual.
They bleed it and that's fun?
I mean, yeah, some people do, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not going in that
Hard
one.
body.
My dick just got soft.
Yeah, I'm telling you. And pull it out so we could play with that Play-Doh. That's fun.
I mean,
Hold on, pull it out. Let's see what happens.
Yeah,
Let's
what
see
else?
that come.
these are skilled people. that they practice their sexual play. You know what I'm saying? So if there is cutting, like it might be a cut, and then they might use like Saran wrap. You know what I'm saying? So there's no blood, like no one's bleeding to death.
Yeah,
like
sure,
this is
sure.
People
something.
might like that.
What else? Some things.
One of the things that really stood out on Saturday night was there was a lot of moaning from one of the guests because her pain tolerance is so high. So she was spanked to a place where her blood vessels burst, in her skin, on her butt, but she really enjoyed it. And now I'm only speaking because I'm assuming that you guys might be vanilla. But these things are very they're very fluid. You know what I'm saying? It's no one is like, it's fun. We're happy that these people feel good. And that's the other part of it. Like, I'm asking you guys to get over yourselves. Like, stop thinking that, oh, well, I don't want to do this because, I don't want to hurt anybody. Like, nah, get over yourself. Like, let the person own your emotions. Let the other person own theirs, and own your communication. When they say, this is what I like, then trust them to say that's what they like. And if you're not sure how hard, how soft, then start slow and say, do you want it harder? Do you like it? Do you want me to do more? Like, that's how you do it.
Hey, listen.
But don't pull up though, thinking that you the master of choking.
Yeah, like, get out of
And,
here.
and guess what? Nah, somebody's like, no, I need you to kill me.
Yeah.
I need you to kill me, motherfucker.
Bring me back.
I've been with girls over the years where they said, I want you to choke me. And I was like, yeah, I'm not really into choking you. So she's like, choke me, please. As you're fucking me from behind, choke me. So I'm hitting from behind. It's beautiful smack. You feel the whole thing going on. It's a beautiful thing. And she turns around and she says, choke me. So I start choking her, but I choked her to a similar point. She's like, harder. And I was like, what do you mean harder? And then she's like,
leaned
choke
into
me,
it like
choke
this.
me. And she said it so much that literally my dick got soft in her. Because I was like, what the fuck do you want me to do? Like, it's almost like, I'll give you an example. Another girl I was with. Man, let me tell you something. This girl,
Everybody getting soft.
This girl, beautiful ass. Had her bent over. We were having sex. I'm knocking it from behind. She says, "Spank me." So I spank her. I hit it from like a kind of like a cowboy, whoop, from the side type shit. And I got heavy hands, so she's like harder. So I'm like, whoosh, and then she's like harder. So I give her I'm like, okay, this bitch want me to fucking hurt her. So I'm like, so every time I hit her and I let loose of my being sensitive to her, she kept on saying harder. I was like, what the fuck does this girl want me to
like
take
it?
her? No. After a while, I was like, what does she want me to get a folding chair and fucking hit her ass? I didn't understand. Like
some backyard wrestling love.
I didn't understand what she wanted anymore.
I choked the guy one time. That was
that's
fun.
what got you soft.
Yes.
You didn't understand what she wanted anymore. So your validation in giving her pleasure started to wane. That's why. So if you actually kind of allow yourself to get comfortable in saying that maybe I don't know everything, and you know what I'm saying, like really like listen to what she's saying, you know, like it probably won't bother you as much.
Because you're giving her pleasure.
You
You're
know?
not like, yeah, you got
Next time, I'm going to fucking take my dress and my armoire, and I'm going to fucking throw it right on top of her. You want that harder? You know? Because she was even like, she was telling me, like, when she said to choke her, the other girl, she was like, yeah, choke me till I turn blue. I said, why the fuck would I do that? Why would I choke you till you can't breathe?
Because she liked that, man.
God forbid she's fucking dead in the bed. You know, let me tell you something.
And believe me, you ain't gonna get off like Robert
no,
Chambers.
and then I gotta fucking.
Although Robert Chambers did have to go to jail. The preppy killer did have to go to
You
jail.
gotta just be like, she wanted this.
Let me tell you something, Nikki.
A degenerate like Pete,
When I
under the jail.
when I sleep with my woman, I make sure I try to put them through the fucking box spring, but I don't try to make sure to kill them. You understand? Anyway.
You seem like a fast pump. But,
No, anyway, you know what?
you're going
Listen.
through the box spring. Nikki, I just have this one question because she's so, like, fluid. Can you be with a guy who has had a homosexual experience? Like, does that make you feel some kind of way? Like, you could see your boyfriend, like, suck a dick and it's okay. Like, can he go to your workshop and learn some things? And
no, I don't feel a way about it. No, I mean, I don't feel a way about any of the previous partners that they've had. You know, I mean, everybody has different experiences with different people.
Mm-hmm.
So you can say the best, but the best really is maybe your best experience. But everybody's experience is unique.
Was anybody at the party dressed up as Bob the Builder?
No one was.
Thomas the Tank?
No, I was dressed up as Totoro for part of the night.
Okay. I can see that. You're a god.
So there's a little bit of cosplay too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
they in there. He bringing coconut
Dallas is showing up
snowflake.
as Boba Fett.
Boba Fett, yeah. Okay. Boba fuck.
Yo, anyway,
It's gonna be
internet.
open.
Listen, finally, we are bringing back. Us. I don't know how we missed the last 3 episodes. The I Don't Trust People segment. We miss it. It was busy. It was great episodes. I really do enjoy it. But we need to bring it back because the internets keep on submitting. You know how to get involved. Hashtag I Don't Trust People on Twitter. That's I Don't Trust PPL. Tell us who you don't trust, what you don't trust, and we're going to feature you on the next episode of the Premium Pete Show. Just keep on filling up that hashtag. Who we got this week, Miss Lissa?
Al, so this first one comes from Big Steve, so I think it's Steven _ D Acres. I don't trust people that wear ugly Christmas sweaters when I'm not at their, I don't trust people that wear ugly Christmas sweaters when they're not at an ugly Christmas sweater party.
Oh, you mean just...
No, I think that's a part of the holidays.
So you just mean just wearing it around and they're not at a holiday party? Hey, listen, it's the time of the year to be festive. I really think that
don't be a hater.
this is the time of the year where people are a little bit more nicer, you know, because it's holiday time. People tip more, people do more, people get out of the house more. So listen,
It's that propaganda from childhood. People trying to get hooked up by Santa.
And I think you're supposed to, that's the point. Like, it's the holidays. And be like Nikki, be fluid even with your fashion. Like, don't be judging if they want to wear their ugly sweater. Wear that shit in January or wear it in August. Like, wear your ugly sweater whenever you feeling ugly, okay?
I will
It's okay.
I will say this. People have stepped up their sweater game. I've never seen it ever before as big as it is now. I've seen people with fucking trees on their shit, all light up lights. People are killing it. It's particularly even my man from Miami, Anthony Clark. His lady made him a ugly sweater. The joint had a whole like mini Christmas tree, fucking Christmas trees on the side, all lights on that joint,
like a nativity
like
scene.
I was like, fuck, this motherfucker got fucking everything on this bitch. I thought he was like from fucking a light show. But anyway, I mean, look, to each is their own. To each is their own. Who else we got, Miss Lissa?
Our next one comes from Spec27. I don't trust people who never used leftover Chinese containers as Tupperware. That's a fact.
Let me tell you something.
Hold on.
That's
the cardboard joints.
no, the plastic one,
The soups.
the circle one.
Oh, the
Oh, the
plastic
little
ones,
plastic
okay.
joints,
Not the styrofoam.
No, he didn't. No,
Or-
he didn't.
or the-
he
or the-
wasn't.
or the
he wasn't
cardboard joints
specific, but
that
we
you
know
gotta
which one he's
fold with
talking
the little-
about.
With the metal on
Oh,
top.
nah.
No,
Yo, whoever's using the cardboard Chinese food containers after you've eaten out of them to store stuff,
Yeah.
fucking kill yourself.
I just found out
You're
that
retarded.
container that turns into a plate. With the silver.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know.
I
That
saw a
turns into
YouTube video. I
open
saw a
it, yeah,
YouTube
that
video.
turns into a
Someone do that.
Now I'm
plate.
gonna go and buy Chinese
Yeah.
food just to do that.
So our next one comes from OG Flybully. I don't trust people who remind you of favors they've done in the past.
If again, I always got to quote my good friend Dallas Penn. Don't invoice people. Invoice them if you've done some work. But if you did some nice shit and you did some shit out of the goodness of your heart, don't invoice
Sometimes
them.
people need that reminder.
Yeah, but
it's not an invoice, it's a receipt.
But if you
sometimes you gotta pull that receipt out, like, hold on, cause you talking crazy right now. And remember back in '84 when your mother couldn't pay the rent, I definitely hand you $74. Like, don't play, and you never pay me back. Like, now you acting crazy. Like, sometimes you just have to, and it's not on purpose. But sometimes people get in.
Well, you do need to remind people, but at the same time, if you have to remind them about things that you've done for them, then it's not
why you got them in your circle.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm a Leo, so I need to feel appreciated and I need to feel acknowledged.
You need
I don't need it all the
validation.
time, but I do. Like, a lot of times I feel like I'll help someone, and I do it from the kindness of my heart. But I do want to feel like you appreciated what I've done. Like, I don't want to feel like I don't want to have to remind you, but I'll do that shit if I have to. I told you I'm petty. Like, I'm. Hold on, let me dig in the crates.
There you go.
Show you
Who else we got?
Learn you some things. Your phone is baby mama block.
Oh, okay.
Our next submission definitely comes from an honorary member of the team, Fidel Fresco. I don't trust a bodega without a cat.
Listen,
That's a fact.
That's
facts.
real. That's
There's
real. That's real.
There's nothing to say.
Unless it's next to a Chinese restaurant, and then it's definitely in your Szechuan chicken.
No. God forbid would you say that.
You
How
gotta
dare
be
you.
fluid with your meals.
And you know
Listen,
what?
You gotta open it up. Sometimes it's chicken, sometimes it's cat.
fluidity.
Sometimes it's a cow. Like, you just gotta, whatever you feel it in your mouth at that moment, you gotta just go with it, right, Nikki?
Wow, no cosign from that. Okay.
Is there anything you don't trust or anything that you don't
Nikki
like,
almost said
Nikki?
pause on that.
Something that I don't trust. I
People,
don't trust.
yeah.
No, well, I mean, it's more about me trusting myself to make a decision on how somebody should be. But I usually, if there's somebody that I'll say, they say they're going to do something and they don't do it. You know what I'm saying?
So
Their insides don't match their outsides, then I keep them on arm's length.
Okay, so you don't trust people who are not a man or a woman of their word.
Yes.
Okay, I get that. What about you, Dallas?
I don't trust people who don't relace their shoes, boots, sneakers. You bought a pair of shoes, you take it home, you take the laces out, and then you redo the lacing.
Wait, why?
Because you
Reconstruct.
respect yourself. like otherwise you don't really respect yourself if you don't relace
Put some
your
respect
shoes.
on them laces.
But sometimes they
That's
do
right.
it better, the kids in the thing. Like, I remember I had these Converse, and they had laces some kind of way where it was just like looped through in it.
Oh, yeah.
And I took it out, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like,
How do I put
and
it
I had
on?
to figure it out. And it was just like, I should have just left the shit. Like, what the fuck did I touch it for? Like, being extra high, trying to be different. Like,
if you don't know how to be creative with laces, then what you need to do is take the lace, tie it around your neck, and
do a jail style like how your
No, I'm only
homies
playing.
pour a little liquor.
I'm only playing. But internets, listen, I don't trust people. You know how to get involved. Tweet the hashtag I don't trust PPL at Premium Pete, at Premium Pete Show, at Miss Listen Knows. Let us know who or what you don't trust. And like we always say, if it's some good shit, we're gonna feature it on the next episode.
Yeah.
But listen, Miss Morgan, Nikki Morgan,
Yes, sir.
the new retreat's coming up. People could visit you at thetouchexperience.com.
That's
Also
right.
on Twitter and Instagram, Nikki Experience.
Nikki Experience.
That's with two
right.
K-I, right?
Yes.
N-I.
KKI Experience.
Okay,
That's
okay.
right.
Listen, we always one thing I like about when you come up here is we always learn something sexual like that is not right, because I'm still an immature kid when I talk about sex, but I feel like I learn to look at it different when you're around.
Nigga, you got 2 children.
No, but
Grow the fuck up.
listen, you fuck, stop judging me. You eating
No,
kale and
no,
watercress,
welcome
and now
him.
it's a fuck. Now you put watercress into your fucking thing. You don't know nobody no more.
Yeah.
What the fuck? But anyway, no, I really like you. Drop gems. You drop gems.
Well, you guys are going to really enjoy March. Is the opening of my show, my Panani show, and it's going to be a theatrical.
I'm looking at it now.
I was definitely
It's gonna
hoping to
be
see
a
the
theatrical
Panani.
thing.
magic.
And we're covering all kinds of sexual lifestyles. So, and you can sit in the audience. You don't have to participate.
Nikki, I'm going to participate. You said no cameras is allowed. Perfect, because I'm down with the deletion of shit. Like, I don't like for people to just revert back to what I did yesterday. Like, I will delete it. Like, I'm here for it, but I don't want to talk about it afterwards. I don't.
I just want to make sure we're there. Make sure we know about it. Just
I don't want Pete there either.
I will
Like,
invite
let's
you
not have
guys.
Pete there.
Just give us a heads up. What do you got going on for the holidays?
Oh, well, no. The holidays, I am on break until mid-January.
No ho-hoing?
Gotta get that pussy a break.
So, no, actually, I was going to be more active now that I'm not working so much.
The holidays.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm gonna, you know, set my intentions and prepare and relax and enjoy my silence.
Ooh,
Yeah.
and that's important to have. What about you, Dallas? What are you doing for the holidays?
Oh man, listen, working. Regular nigga shit. I love it now. Working, paying bills. You know,
You always told me that you didn't pay a bill until they sent the pink one because you didn't believe them.
right? I don't pay the bill until they sent you the colored invoice.
Why? Why is that?
Because then they're using the good paper. You know they really want their money now. They send you that pink invoice. They send you that blue paper now. It's like, we really want our money, motherfucker. All right, you've been fucking around. Now we took out the good blue paper. You never had pen pals, Pete. But you take out that good construction paper. You take out that good colored paper, and you send that letter off. That's like, man, I fuck with you.
I mean, did you
And I feel like I need the Freeport Electric to be like, Dallas, I fuck with you.
You didn't put any perfume or cologne on your fucking pen pal letters, right?
No.
Okay, thank God. I was gonna say, I mean, it teaches their own, but maybe
I used to.
Well, yeah, but that's beautiful. Girls used to send me that when I was away. I loved it. I used to sniff it. Oh my God, it was amazing. Anyway. No, and let's be clear into this, because I don't know if someone's going to take that the wrong way, because sometimes people do. I'm not glorifying
Pen pals?
No, being away. Like I was like when I was away. I'm glorifying that I got a smell of what real life smelled like at that moment, and I held on to that letter for a long time, and I let a lot of things out of
Other inmates smell that shit too?
No.
Okay.
Anyway. What are you doing, listen, for the holiday?
My daughter's gonna go with her dad, so I'm just gonna try to catch up on work and
loose.
reorganize. I am gonna do a little fun things, and I mean, I'm gonna call Nick. I need to call Miss Morgasm because I was having a crazy week, so I'm gonna try to kick back and
Take some time,
Yeah.
Take some time to
hang out with my mom.
reflect and worry about your family.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm doing. Internet for me, I'm just spending time with my family, really just kicking back, really just trying to slow down the year as we get into the new year. I feel like I'm always spinning, and I just want to take a moment to reflect. Sometimes I think that we move so quick and so fast that we never get to really enjoy the moment that we're in.
Right.
And and it's crazy because I'm trying to slow down, but just...
Internet, you know what? I didn't even say this to you today when I saw you, but Happy New Year, Premium Pete.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Thank
Happy
you.
New Year.
Thank you. I just celebrated a birthday. First, thanks for bringing that up.
Word.
Thanks for bringing that up because, Internet shows so much love, man. And I really, really, a lot of people always say, some people say, don't believe what you see on the internet. And I've said that before, and I still believe in that. But I will say this, there's a lot of good people on the internet.
No question.
And you know that for sure, Dallas. And the love that was shown, as always, every year, man, it gets bigger and bigger. And it just really appreciated that people, take the time to
Get ready for next year, Pete.
Yeah.
Next year, you'll be
50.
42. You'll be 42. But every 7 years, we go through a new life era, is what I've been preaching. So every, 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, get ready for that 42, Pete. Build yourself up. Get ready for
That's a 7 year. Yeah.
for the change that you're going to make. The evolution, the progression that you're going to make next year. But use this year to set the table for that.
Yeah, no. And as we wind down the year, and a special year, we created the Premium Pete Show with Miss Lissa. It's been a great journey. There's so many supporters out there that are so appreciated. Just people that really, and the internet's all the people who made me do this, because when the one door closed, I had all these people saying like, yo, do it. And at first, when people tell you something, you look at it like, I only got, 10 people saying it? When you start getting hundreds and hundreds of people to tell you that they miss you and they want you to do something. And I'm so glad that I acted on it and that we did it and that we're here today, So the internets are appreciated, man, most definitely. Or the interconnected networks, or what about Spanish speaking?
Los internetos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to leave y'all with one last thing, I'm going to say. And the most powerful physical force in our universe is a black hole. All right? A black hole contains everything imaginable, everything ever created. Black holes swallow suns. So, internets, if you ever get a chance to go inside a black hole, thank God, because you are inside heaven. That's all.
That was confusing and glorious.
Dallas has got
Dallas
deep.
is Edgar Allan Poe.
You got to roll up another one to that one.
Edgar Allan Poe. Yes.
I think he
Gotta
was
roll a
celebrating
joint.
the yoni.
He was.
I think he was celebrating the yoni.
Internets, listen. Anyway, internets. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. Thank you for tuning in each week. Again, tell a friend to tell a friend. Subscribe. We're on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, TuneIn app. Coming to Spotify hopefully soon.
Word.
Just all the podcast platforms. And you know what? Shouts to It's the Real.
Stitcher.
You weren't Stitcher.
Okay.
Shouts to It's a Real. Eric and Jeff, my Jewish friends. Happy
The twins.
Hanukkah. Yeah. They had me over for their 12 days of podcasting segment that they did. And what'd you yawn for?
I can't yawn?
Oh, okay. That sounded like you yawned on my Jewish friends.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hava, Nagiba, it was just something that just happened to happen. I didn't even I was just yawning. I'm sorry,
okay,
guys.
Well, listen, internet, we got to go. But happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Whatever you do, make sure you enjoy the time with your loved ones, your friends, your family. Enjoy that food, enjoy the football, but most importantly, enjoy the times, because life is short and you never know, if someone's taken from you and you didn't have the time to really spend those moments.
That's a fact.
So give presents, but don't forget about the presents.
Yes.
As we say, presents over presents.
Yes.
Internets, see you next week. Cheer.